photo. All right. So yesterday, again, if you want to start all over again, I mean, I'm cool with that. Or if you want to kind of rehash, like I said, or pick up where we left off. So again, who? Okay, I know Marguerite, and you weren't, Alyssa, right? You weren't here yesterday. And who else was not here yesterday? What? I mean, is it Allison? Yeah, Allison. Sorry. Sorry. If I get your name wrong, please correct me, because it's more embarrassing for me than you. So, all right. So, new file. Okay, so we're going to go to new file. Okay, first of all, is everybody open on Photoshop? Roslani, did you want me to log you in, or are you in? What's that? Okay, who needs me? Don't you need me to log you in? Okay, bring it up. Okay. So, who's here and who's not here? Roslani and your two friends over there are not here. Ricardo is not here. Joshua's not here. Pacifica, are you here? Thank you. All right. And again, I'm trying to get these guys, but I haven't seen the tech dude in a millennium. All right. So let's see. There you go. Allison, you want to bring yours? All right. So Italia's here. Your two. Mr. Ronnie's not here. I don't know what he's going to do. All right, Samantha, there you are. Miss America, we got that. All three people back there. Good. All righty. So, thank you. Let's see. I think that did it. There you go. So for those who are using other people's computers, please create a folder for yourself. And, you know, I've already instructed people not to touch it. So, at any rate, shouldn't be like this, but it is. All right, and then let's see, what else do I need to say? Okay. So, ladies, are you gonna log into Photoshop ASAP? Okay. For the rest of you. So what I want to do for the next video announcements is probably highlight Halloween. Okay. Don't you guys got Homecoming coming soon? Homecoming? Okay. We usually do those too, but I mean, when is Homecoming? When? Of September or October? Okay, so we'll definitely film that if possible. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I give extra credit and even maybe up to an extra grade if you send me footages of football and other events, not just football. I know you're cheering. She doesn't like. She doesn't allow you to take pictures while you're cheering. I mean, well, you can put it down and. All right, very cool. So everybody, please make sure you have this scenario right here. Okay, are you able to see back there? Yep. Colored circles. They're circles. So this is the parameter. These are the parameters. So colored circles, 1,000 by 1,000 over 72. And again, I guess I'm going to have to use this color. I put a custom color for myself. You're more than welcome to keep it at white. Okay. All right. Everybody cool? All right. If you're good, okay, let's go ahead and press create. And you should see something like this. Except yours is white, mine is, I guess that's kind of an orangey kind of color. And if you notice, you guys should have a ruler on the very top and on the side. How many here do not have that? Everybody should have that. So Allison, you got the ruler? Roslani, you got the ruler? Allison, you got the ruler? Okay, Marguerite, you got the ruler? Okay. All right, so y'all remember how to do the guides? Okay, so let's do this again. 333, 666. Okay, so we're going to bring this down all the way until the number. And by the way, you can always, I would highly recommend first clicking on the move tool, which is right here. This is the move tool. It's got arrows, so there it is right there. It says move tool. And then click on the arrow and then go down. The reason I say this, look at the cursor. Okay, look at the cursor right now. All right, so you've got this cursor here, and you've got you can actually move it. See, you can, if you accidentally place it and let go of it. What's wrong?
My little thing, the little thing with the like options. I don't know how to explain anything.
Okay, I'll go back there. Just give me a second. And okay, so 333. Okay, there it is, and then go down to 666. And if that number freaks you out, go to 667. All right. Let's see what's happening. All right, anybody else? Okay. All right, so we got a, wow, that is bright orange. Makes me want to have some Tang. All right. Okay, so here we are. As I said, you put the guides down to 333 and 666 vertically and then horizontally. So the first thing I would do, because you're going all the way to the right, is do the 666 first. Okay, so it doesn't have to be exact. You know, it could be 667 or 666.9 or 333.5, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're not, you know, we're just going to kind of create a little. We're just kind of doing, it's not an exact science, so, and if you're struggling with it, just let it go. Okay, so you should have a scenario like this where it's a tic-tac-toe. Anybody need my help? Okay. All right, nobody raised their hand. So then, what's the next thing we did? Anybody remember? What's the next thing we did? Okay, you're absolutely right. Let's make sure on the left-hand side. So good. Whoever said that, didn't hear you, but it sounds like it was from Astulia or Pacifica. So, if you have a circle here, you're good to go. But if you have a square, keep it, press and hold until you get the elliptical tool. Down here, we need to have the paint bucket tool. So a lot of you may have this tool right here. Okay. Others may have the paint bucket tool. Now, one thing I really enjoyed was watching some people do gradient tools. That's a challenge if you want to use a gradient, and I haven't taught you that. So that's it. That's a kudos extra points. All right. So the most important thing: make sure this is a circle, and make sure this is the paint bucket tool. And what's the next thing, everybody? Close. How about we come up with a layer, new layer? Okay, so the next thing is layer, new layer. Okay. And it says layer 1. And let's just press OK. There's layer 1. All right, right there. And we need to have it highlighted. Okay, bless you. And this is just the edge of the iceberg. Bless you, whoever sneezed. This is just the edge of the iceberg when it comes to Photoshop. There's going to be a ton more. I'm talking really a big ton more. Okay, so there's a lot more designing, a lot more you guys will be creating. Before you know it, you'll be experts. And all right, so as I said before, if you want to create a perfect square, what key do we press? All right, love it. Okay, so if you press and hold the shift key, like I said, you can just do all this, you know, for those who are absent, and then you can let go and move it around if you want. Okay, so but the shift key will give you that perfect circle right about there. And if it's not perfectly aligned, you can use the arrow tools to move it to the left, to the right. You can always shift arrow to make it move a little bit further. So in other words, when you just use the arrow keys, the arrow keyboards, it'll move 1 pixel at a time. But if you press Shift arrow, it'll move 5 pixels at a time. Got that, Marguerite? Okay, good. Next thing we're going to do is click on the red, or click on the foreground color right here. So if you click, I'm okay with it being red. I'm going to click on the paint bucket tool, and then I'm going to paint over. There's my red circle. And if you notice, there is a miniature red. It's the miniature red circle up over here, layer 1. All right, now keep the marching ants marching. Keep it marching. Is everybody's marching, or did anybody lose it? You lost it? Okay, I'll be right there. So here's the thing. You want to make sure in design that your shapes are all kind of the same dimensions. And I forget how much this is, but that's not important. What you're going to do now is you're going to click on the marquee tool. You're going to move the cursor into the circle, and you notice it's a white cursor. That means it's ready to be moved. So watch this. I'm going to click and move it across. There it is. And you'll notice the little pink guides, they kind of align. Okay, there you have it. And now I can choose another color. Oh, but before we do that, what's the next step? New layer. Love it. That guy's paying. Give that guy extra credit. Send me an email. All right. Layer, new layer. Okay, and notice the new layer appears right here. So what we're going to do now is click on the foreground. Let's click on the hot pink, and then we'll go ahead. I mean, whatever color you want. I chose hot pink. You can choose whatever you want. Do you get the rhythm? Okay. You move it over, new layer, paint bucket. Okay, I'll be right there. What's up?
Whenever I use the color, I just subtract the white.
That's kind of racist. Okay, let's do this. Foreground. Okay, so the question that Mr. Josue had is he lost the marching ants. All right, he lost the marching ants. Notice, okay, so if I purposely lose the marching ants, there's a couple of things I can do. This is where the history palette comes in. So on the top, you should have layer and history. So if you click on history, you might see a thing called deselect. Okay, are you finding it, Josue?
Yeah.
So if you click right above it, paint bucket, you'll notice that the marching ants reappear. So this is an undo. So now I can go over here, okay, and create a new layer. Make sure every circle has a new layer. Now, if, say, for instance, I made a mistake, okay, and let's say I accidentally I painted this. Now notice this layer right here, look up please, this layer, I've got 2 circles in the same layer. How do I get rid of that? Well, I can go back to history, okay, and up one until it's corrected. Now I can create the new layer, and now I can fill. Learn to use a history tool, okay? There's other ways of doing this, but what I'd like you to do is use the history tool as best as you possibly can. All right, so I will give you another case. It's let's call it 8 o'clock. I'll give you till 8:10 to do this.